do you do? This is Clive Brooke. It is said that Christian II, a 16th century king of Denmark, would inform one night that a courtier had been stabbed and killed in a tavern brawl. The candles had been extinguished during the fight, and the murderer was consequently unknown. Now, determined to discover him, the king ordered all who had been present to reassemble in the tavern. One by one, they were made to lay their hands over the heart of the dead man. As the last man, a soldier, obeyed the king's command, blood trickled from the mouth of the corpse. Thereupon the soldier broke down and admitted the murder. This charming little tale is the origin of the belief that when confronted with the evidence of his guilt, the criminal will confess. Coupled with the maxim that a murderer will always return to the scene of his crime, it formed the basis of criminal detection for many years. The practice in England was to stick the head of a victim on the top of a pole, and for officers of the law to stand guard over it, scrutinizing the demeanor of each passerby. This was done with the trunkless head that was discovered on the left bank of the Thames early in 1726. It was only one of the appetizing episodes in the casebook history I'm about to tell you. By way of warning, or perhaps inducement, I've called the case Buckets of Blood. It was in the foggy dawn of a day early in 1726 that a night watchman at Horseferry, Westminster, left his post and walked a few steps down to the edge of the Thames. As he neared the water, he tripped over something and fell into the mud. Kneeling, he turned to see what the object was. What he saw made him rise to his feet with a cry. It was a human head. He took his ghastly discovery to another watchman, and together they went to the magistrate of the district, Mr. Justice Lambert.
Well, you two, what is the meaning of disturbing me at this hour? I've not even breakfasted.
Well, your lordship, it's like this. I'm a watchman.
Yes, but get to the point, man. What have you got in that sack?
Go on, Bill, show him. I found this in the mud near my hut, sir, this morning.
Good heavens. Return it to the sack, man.
I stumbled on it as I was walking down to the...
Return it to the sack, will you? There's mud dripping all over my carpet.
I found this bucket just near where Bill found the head.
Take it out of the house, man. There's blood on it. It's bound to drip. Oh, my beautiful carpet.
All right, very good. Well, what's to be done, your worship?
Soon, sir, the procedure is well and truly laid down. The head must be washed, the hair combed, and then this most ugly specimen shall be posted about St. Margaret's churchyard for all and sundry to see. Thus we shall perhaps discover the identity of this bodiless corpse. And now, sir, you may depart, leaving the evidence in the scullery, if you please. Oh, what an unconscionable hour to be shown such a hideous object.
When the mud and blood had been washed away, it was seen that the head was that of a middle-aged man. But who he was or what he was, it was impossible to know. Crowds soon gathered about St. Margaret's churchyard to view the exhibit. And on the third day, a shopkeeper called Ashby, John Ashby, excitedly grasped his companion's arm.
Rex, look.
What is it, John?
The head on the pole.
Oh, I've already seen it. It's been up these past 3 days.
But for sure, it's a man. Come with me, Rex.
Oh, you don't mean to drag me through this.
Come on.
Yeah,
well,
on down. Well, now you've a close view, John. You satisfied?
Yes, I am. Come on, Rex.
Oh, now, look here, John. I refuse to be dragged about like this.
Very good, then. You go to the Eagle Tavern. I'll meet you there at 2 o'clock.
Now, where will you be until then?
I shall be talking to Mrs. Catherine Hayes about that head up out there on the pole.
I must tell you how she came to be in London and why Mr. Ashby wanted to see her about the head on the pole. Now, at the age of 15, Catherine had quarreled with her father, a labourer, and had left her parents' home when she set off to walk to London 100 miles as the crow flies. But at the first hospital she came to, she was diverted from her course.
Glad that you're a comely wench, eh? What they call you, my pretty one?
Cat, so please you, sir.
So please me, eh? Gad, but you please me greatly. Do you work here, Cass?
No, sir. I'm on my way to London.
London City's no place for you, my lovely. Look about the room, lass. What do you see?
A goodly lot of men, sir. Fine officers all, I'd say.
Indeed we are, begad. His Majesty's truest and most loyal soldiers, what?
And we've all got a good eye for a woman, Kath. A woman like you, fine complexion, heavenly figure. How old are you, by the way?
15, sir. But older than my years.
I'll wager you are. You've had a fine life with us, Kath, in our camp, you know. We've quarters at Great Ombersley. We're on our way there now.
But that is in Worcestershire, sir. I'm for London.
You were for London, Kath, but now... it's a fine life with the King's officers, Kath.
Oh, sir, you must not do that in so public a place. Oh!
Are you still for London, eh, Kath?
No, sir. I think I'm for His Majesty's officers, sir.
But after 2 years, the officers became tired of Kath's company, and she was advised to leave the barracks. Her next stop was in the county of Warwickshire, where she became servant to a farmer called Hayes. The farmer had a son, and Kath at 17 was extremely attractive. Thus it came about that the elder Hayes soon found cause to have a serious talk with his son.
Oh, come in, Arthur. I want to speak to you.
It's about Catherine, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah, you always were an honest lad. Yes, it's about Kath. She's only been with us a month, and people are already whispering about you and her.
Let 'em whisper. I was planning to tell you anyway. Kath and I are married.
What? How can you be? This is a joke. Some prank of yours.
No, Frank, Dad. We married secretly in Worcester last week. We're very much in love, Dad. I hope you won't do anything to make unpleasantness.
Married to a mere slut of a serving girl?
Whatever you may say, you shan't alter my feelings.
You'll both leave this house tomorrow. I never want to see either of you again.
I'd hope you'd welcome me.
Wretch, how dare you hope for anything after such action? Out of my house till you way out!
Yes, Dad, I heard.
But the next morning, Hayes Sr. repented a little and gave his son money on the condition that he and his wife should leave the district. He also granted him an allowance of £26 a year. No mean sum in those days. Kath refused to live anywhere but London. And as Arthur Hayes was at this time still anxious to grant his bride's every whim, to London they went. Arthur took a house and let apartments. He made money. He opened a chandler's shop and sold coal. He made more money. He started a pawnbroker's business. He made yet more money. But he was by no means happy.
Kath, this cannot go on.
What do you mean?
It's the third time this week that neighbors have come to me with their complaints about you. Robinson from number 20 has just been in here saying he'd murder you if you crossed his path again.
I hope you punished him for speaking in such fashion of your wife.
I'm tired of standing up for you, Kath. Is it true that you told his wife that you'd seen him with that woman in the park?
Of course I told her. You know what I think of such things. And if we women did not stand together...
Why must you be forever making trouble with my friends? John Ashby was in here only yesterday asking if it was you who spread the rumor that he couldn't pay his rent.
Well, he can't, you know it.
And who are you to tell everyone about it? No one is perfect. You least of all. Do you think I don't know what happens in this house when I'm away on business?
How dare you?
Oh, don't deny it. Spare me that.
Arthur, how can you? My husband. You know I love you more than anyone or anything.
We leave here on Tuesday, Kath. You're ruining my trade and my reputation in the neighborhood. I've taken a house in Tyburn Road. We'll make a fresh start there.
But the change of environment did not alter Catherine's nature. She still made trouble for her husband. She still was unfaithful to him when his back was turned. However, Arthur, in spite of his unhappy home life, continued to prosper in his pawnbroker's business. He also let 3 rooms of his house as apartments. One of the lodgers was a young tailor called Thomas Billings. Catherine liked his looks, and he hers. By the way, he was young enough to be her son. The mutual attraction led to a most severe quarrel between Arthur Hayes and his erring wife.
And I returned from laboring to keep you in your expensive ways, only to be told that Billings has been more than just a lodger in my absence.
Do you expect me to sit alone while you're away? Am I to have no company?
Not only do you cheat me at every turn, but you have such an orgy here with him that the whole neighborhood hears of it and laughs at me and pities me for being a fool, a deceived man.
You are a fool. Cannot you open your eyes? See that you no longer please me? I wish for a change, Arthur. I'm still young, you know.
Another word in that tone, Catherine.
You blind idiot. Do you expect me to deny the advances of an attractive youngster like... Oh, you brute!
Perhaps that'll quiet.
And strange to relate, Catherine's disposition changed from that day forward in Arthur's presence. To him, she was gay and charming. But to Billings and another lodger named Wood, 2 rather simple souls, she showed her true feelings towards her husband, and they were not quite so charming.
You know, Mr. Wood, what a good-for-nothing Arthur is.
He's been a good friend to me, Mrs. Hayes. Billings here can vouch for that, can't you, Tom?
Why, I don't think he's all he seems to be.
That's right, Tom. Of course he isn't. Two things you don't know. First, he's an atheist.
Is he?
Yes. And I've heard it preached that to kill such men is right. So what sin it must be. And worse than that, he's a murderer.
No.
Would I say it about my own husband if it were not true? He killed 2 men in the country, buried them under a pear tree. That's why we came to live in London.
My word, an atheist and a murderer.
And with all that money, too.
Yes, £1,500 he saved. All of it comes to me on his death. But what a scoundrel he is, eh?
These arrant lies were not just idle chatter on the part of Catherine Hayes. Every story she concocted was told with a purpose: to secure the assistance of Messrs. Wood and Billings in the murder of her husband. Nightly with her lodgers, Wood and Billings, on the best way to dispose of her husband. Still undecided, they were given some unexpected help by their victim. One night, Wood returned from work to find Mr. and Mrs. Hayes and Billings in an uproarious mood. They'd been apparently shutting out the cold with the aid of large quantities of liquor.
Good evening, Mr. Wood. You look cold.
There's a bad fog outside.
Never mind the fog, Woody. Join us and drink up.
Yes, it's the best remedy for a cold in the world. Drunk over a guinea's worth of liquor. You know, I'm not drunk. Are you, Tom? Drunk, not I. See, Hayes, I'll wager you couldn't drink 6 bottles of Mountain and still be sober. If you can, I'll pay for it. And if it knocks you over, you pay. A bargain, a bargain. 6 bottles of Malaga, eh? Pour me a thirst quencher. I'll get the bottles. Have a drink, Mr. Wood. Kick burn,
Well done, Tom. It was just the right moment. Now remember your promise, you two.
What, tonight?
The best opportunity we've had. He's sure to be drunk after this.
But I did not pledge myself.
You did. To get rid once and for all of a murderer. To kill him means less than to kill a dog in the gutter. And I'll not be stingy with the money. You promised, didn't he, Tom?
I heard him with these 2 ears.
All right.
Sweet lass, sweet lass. Halfway through the first bottle already. I'll do it easily, Billings. Go to it then, Hayes. You've still got another 5 bottles. That's 1. Can't be bothered with tanker. From the bottle now. Up for a bit of air. Only a few more. Oh, spilled. Spilled, hang it. I spilled some. Oh, don't count it against me, Billings. You're doing marvels, Hayes. Hurrah, finished. 6 bottles of Mountain. And you pay. Where am I? I'm so giddy.
He's completely insensible. Carry him onto his bed. Take the legs, Billings. I've got the shoulders.
Heavy with all that wine in him, huh? There, you lead the way.
Lay him on the bed. I'll fetch the hatchet.
When Catherine Hayes returned, Billings took the hatchet from her and struck Hayes on the head, but it was not sufficient. So Wood snatched the hatchet from Billings and dealt the victim 2 more blows.
What shall we do with the body?
Throw it into Marylebone Pond. We'll burn the clothes. The head we must put in the bucket and carry to Westminster, where we can throw it into the Thames. No one will ever find out who it is. Quickly now, we must finish by daybreak.
And so it was that a watchman at Horse Ferry, Westminster, stumbled over something the next morning, and that a man called Ashby 3 days later thought he recognized the head on the pole in St. Margaret's churchyard and went to see Mrs. Catherine Hayes.
Yes? Oh, it's Mr. Ashby, isn't it?
I wasn't sure whether you'd remember me.
Oh, yes. You knew my husband before we moved here.
Is your husband in, Mrs. Hayes?
No. Arthur's away.
Oh? May I know where?
Portugal.
You're sure, Mrs. Hayes? I have reason to doubt it. But perhaps you can convince me. Why has he gone to Portugal?
It's a sad story, Mr. Ashby. Some time ago, my Arthur fought with a man. The man died from the blows Arthur struck, and his wife was going to the constables about it. But finally she agreed to say nothing on Arthur's promising to pay a certain annual allowance to her. Recently, Arthur lost a lot of money. He could no longer pay the woman the money, so he has fled to Portugal.
I see. Thank you, Mrs. Hayes.
Good day.
Ashby quickly repaired to the Eagle Tavern to meet his friend Reg Longmore, and there told him what Catherine Hayes had said, explaining also that he was sure that the head in St. Margaret's churchyard was that of Catherine's husband. Between them, they decided to test her story, which is the reason that Longmore visited the lady that afternoon, pretending that he was a friend of Arthur's. He was told the same story. Almost.
But then, you see, Mr.
Longmore, ma'am.
Mr. Longmore, my poor husband lost an amount of money so that he could no longer afford to pay this widow the allowance. In the end, against my wishes, of course, he decided to leave the city.
And where did he go, ma'am? Oh, I wouldn't tell anyone, you understand, but I would like to make contact with him if possible.
North of London, sir. He gave me no more exact address, but I think he is in Hertfordshire County.
Oh, indeed. Well, thank you, Mrs. Hayes. You've been most helpful.
And she never mentioned Portugal once?
No, not once. Oh, she was not quite certain, but she thought he was in Hertfordshire. I think you're right about this affair, John.
Well, I'm sure of it. Something else has happened since I saw you to confirm me in my suspicions.
Oh?
I went to see a rogue called Billings after you left me. He's a tailor and lodges in Arthur Hayes' house. I asked him if he'd seen the head in St. Margaret's churchyard.
Well, go on.
He said he hadn't, whereupon I disclosed that I was sure it was his landlord's. And you know what was his reply? He cried, "Nonsense. How could the head be his? I left him well in bed when I came to work this morning."
John, we can go no further in the matter, for we cannot take the law into our own hands. Justice Lambert's the man for us.
You speak truth, Reg, though I'm determined to be there when they make the arrest.
On being told the story, Mr. Justice Lambert decided that there was a prima facie case against Catherine Hayes, and that he would attend to the arrest himself. Summoning the assistance of 2 officers of the Life Guards, and followed by Ashby and Longmore, he appeared at Mrs. Hayes' lodgings at 9 o'clock that night. With no ceremony, they walked upstairs to a room.
Open in the name of the law.
Who's there?
Open in the name of the law.
As soon as I have put up with the clothes.
Hurry then, madam. Officer, have you the casket I gave you as we set out?
Yes, Your Worship, I have it here.
It shall perhaps be required before this episode is through. Now, madam, are you prepared?
What do you want?
Officers, seize her.
Look, there's Billings sitting on her bed.
Thomas Billings, eh? I have a warrant for your arrest also.
Make up another of your stories, Billings.
Billings has been mending his stockings.
His eyesight must be extremely good then, seeing that there is neither fire nor candle in the room.
Why are we being arrested?
Officer, give me that box.
Here you are, Your Worship.
Lift out its grisly contents. There, madam. Do you not recognize this?
Oh, it is my dear husband.
Here now, wife.
That's better. In my arms like this instead of that box. I must have a lock of his hair. Oh.
She's fainted.
She has perhaps seen too much of his blood already.
Wood was arrested the same night, and the 3 criminals were then taken to the Old Bailey to await trial. Billings was the first to speak out in the hope of being treated leniently. On his advice, Marylebone Pond was dragged, and the remaining limbs of Arthur Hayes were discovered. Wood then confessed also, but in spite of the whole ghastly crime being disclosed, Catherine Hayes maintained her innocence.
Catherine Hayes, your companions Wood and Billings have confessed to the murder of your husband, Arthur Hayes, and have pleaded guilty in the forthcoming trial. As examining magistrate, it is my duty to inform you that unless you alter your plea of not guilty, you will have to make a defense, for which, in due course, you will be provided counsel. The enormity of your alleged offense has induced the king, whose gracious majesty may God preserve, to direct the prosecution through no less a personage than the Attorney General.
In the trial that then took place, the Attorney General of England argued for the supreme penalty of the law in those days, hanging and then burning. The jury, in spite of Catherine's repeated cries that she was being wronged, brought in the verdict after only a few minutes.
Members of the jury, look on this woman. Do you find her guilty or not guilty of the foul crime with which she is charged?
We find her guilty.
My lord,
The female prisoner at the bar may speak.
you have found me guilty, but I did not strike the fatal blow. Billings and Woody have admitted to that themselves. If I must suffer hanging, surely in view of their confession, I may escape burning.
The request of the prisoner is denied. Catherine Hayes, you have been found guilty, by just process of law, of a most foul and heinous crime.
To be burnt after hanging was a fate reserved for women. Men were hanged and then suspended by chains near the scene of the crime. Although Catherine's second assistant, Wood, cheated the gallows by dying in Newgate the day before his appointed execution, the corpse of Thomas Billings was duly strung up near Marylebone Pond, where the remains of Arthur Hayes had been discovered. As to the chief instigator of the crime, her end was almost more horrible than that of her victim. On May the 9th, 1726, the crowd about Tyburn, in spite of the layer of snow on the ground, was so great that only a few could see the gallows. But among those few were John Ashby and Reg Longmore, more than a little proud of their share in the apprehension of no longer Kath or Catherine, but just the woman Hayes.
Here she comes, Reg. Can't see her face at the moment. Oh, they brought her on a sledge. Oh, wish they'd silence that bell.
It's the death knell from St. Sepulchre's Church. It'll stop when she dies. See, they're chaining her to the stake. First they'll strangle her and then light the faggots.
She looks calm.
They've got the rope round her neck. Any moment now. She's up! Look, they lit the fire too soon.
John, I can't see.
They lit the fire too soon. The angminated ends burst and had to let the rope go. She's trying to kick the faggots away. He's been burnt alive! He's been burnt alive!
It is strange, perhaps, that fate should reserve such a death for such a woman. In any case, that was the macabre finale to the history of Catherine Hayes. Don't be too horrified by this story. It took place a long time ago, when it was much more difficult to keep a good head on your shoulders.
This is Clive Brooke. And what a strange paradox it is, isn't it, Percy? That while the terrible fact of war itself invariably brings out the best in men. The blessing of the peace that follows it so often reveals the worst.
It is a paradox, Clive, and a tragic one. And I don't suppose that any war in history has left behind such a scum of crime, big and little, as the last one. And London was perhaps of all cities the most affected. Into London during the war years there poured men of all nations. But unfortunately, not all of these were men of goodwill. Hundreds of thousands returned to their homes, but some remained.
And our story concerns a small group of these. It is set in the London of 1945, a London still dazed by the fact of peace, a London relieved from the threat of bombing but beset with shortages, a London which was giving asylum to many strange gentry who were thriving and growing fat on an increasing black market. Strange snatches of dialogue could be heard in the back streets of Soho, in the shady cafes and night dives, where hundreds of deserters from all nations mixed in with the existing criminal population of the great city.
Henry here, Joe?
On a table in the back room. Go right through. You with him, soldier?
Yes, I'm with him.
Go ahead, then.
Say, what is this? Who's this Polish guy? He's not on the level.
Go on in, soldier. I mind my business, and you see after yours.
Cameras is all very well. Watches is all very well. Occupation marks is all very well.
And Luger pistols is all very well. Now, soldier, what else you can get, huh?
Yeah, say, what kind of a racket is this? I just brought across these couple of cameras. The German guy traded them in for 4 packets of fags. I ain't got nothing else.
Now, listen, soldier. Cameras is for little people, eh? 30 pounds, 35 pounds. Finish. What about jewels, huh?
There's plenty jewels where you're coming from, yes? Plenty jewels where you go back to, yes?
Yeah, you blokes trying to make a crook out of me. I tell you, I got the cameras straight, see?
Now, listen, soldier. You help us, we help you. You are stationed near Hamburg. Good. Now, you go and see this man's. Here is the address. Take the packet he give you, and the first friend of yours who is for coming to London for leave, he bring us the packet, no?
I don't like it.
But you will like the 50 pounds, $200, Swiss francs, whatever you are wanting. Your friend hand back to you, no?
Yeah, who are you blokes, anyway?
I am Henrik. He is Marion. That is enough for you.
Henrik, Marion. Deserters from the Polish army. Men on the run. Men without identity cards, ration books, passports. Men now without a country. Men who could move about only by night. Members of the shadow army that manipulated London's black market. Men who carried no papers, but who carried... Yes, quite so. The gunfire of war was over, but other guns spat in the London nights. And as dawn broke over London River one October morning in 1945, 2 policemen were patrolling Lambeth Bridge when...
Well, I'll be. What's up? What are you looking at, Tom?
Look through there. Here, in the pump house down there.
Can't see very well through this little hole. It's a man. Dead by the look of it, what's more.
It's a man, all right. How the devil they get him in there? The hole's not more than a foot wide.
Door's locked. Listen, you get along to the fire service people and get the key, and I'll stay here.
It was a dead man. A murdered man. A man who was soon identified as taxi driver Frank Everett. His cab was found abandoned in Notting Hill Gate, 3.5 miles away from the body, which had been thrust into the tiny brick edifice in the middle of the busy bridge. Who had done this deed? Why?
Clearly shot in the back of the neck, Inspector. Probably as he sat at the driving wheel. Death almost instantaneous. Probably took place at about 2 this morning. Anything known about the fellow?
Seems to have been a good chap. Ex-guardsman, been a policeman. Known to his pals as the Duke. Motive, I'd say robbery.
Anything to go on?
The bullet, 32 caliber, and this.
What is it? Cap or something?
We found it on the floor of the cab, on top of a propelling pencil.
Find the other half of that, and you've got your man.
Come, Doc, not so fast. Plenty of people use cabs. There's no reason to assume that this belonged to the last person to use this one. And it'd be hard enough to find him, even if it were so. No, Doc, there's not a lot to go on.
This was the kind of thing that was causing Scotland Yard its biggest headache ever. A resident native criminal population is one thing, but a floating reinforcement of unknown aliens is quite another. Who had killed taxi driver Everett?
Might be, well, anyone. Cab itself's a mess of fingerprints, naturally enough. And none of them on our records. Everett seemed to have no particular enemies. Seems a straightforward shoot and snatch.
And for what? Hey, Inspector?
Just a few pounds, as much as the poor chap could have had at the end of his day's work. Murder for just a little cash in hand. And it makes you think. Well, there's not much more we can do here, Doc. Better get back to the yard.
Black markets when gold, read all about it. Black markets when gold, black gold.
Pick up the van corner of George and Melville Street, Lou, and take the stuff right over to Joe's place. Whiskey mostly, but 100 cases of gin as well.
Now listen, Tom. There's a chap I know can fix everything for you. You want the dollars? He's got them. Of course, they'll cost you double the odds, but the point is they're there.
Watches, Mr. Mason? Well, of course you shall have watches. They're good ones, Swiss ones. Meet me here Friday, same time, and I'll have them. Oh, and by the way, bring cash. You understand? Checks? We don't want them.
But sometimes, and it's the oldest inevitability of the underworld, thieves fall out. In the small hours of the morning, not a fortnight after taxi driver Everett had been found, huddled in the Lambeth Bridge pumping house, a policeman patrolling the Notting Hill Gate area of London noticed a small saloon car standing rather out from the curb.
Queer place to leave a car. Excuse me, sir. 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 Come on there now. Wake up, wake up. Blood? He's dead.
Chief Inspector Somerset speaking. Who? Oh, yes, Sergeant. Good morning to you. The devil you have. We'll be right down. Yeah, you're right, Sergeant. This certainly is a job for the murder squad. Goodbye. Sergeant. Sir, ask Inspector Byrne to step this way, will you? And get me the Home Office on the telephone. I want to speak to Dr. Kerr.
Very good, sir. Right away, sir.
Funny. Notting Hill Gate again. Home Office, Somerset speaking. Oh, is that you, Doctor? Can I pick you up in a quarter of an hour's time? A fellow found shot in a car. Yes. Notting Hill Gate area. Right, we'll call for you. Goodbye.
Down at the scene of the crime, Detective Inspector Somerset, Dr. Donald Tier, Home Office pathologist, and members of the murder squad got busy. The doctor gave his verdict briefly.
Not to the back of the neck, Inspector. Bullet just missed the vital brain center, so it probably took quite a while to die, poor devil.
What have you got there? The bullet, Doctor. 32 caliber. Bedded in the roof of the car. Clearly a shot in the front seat, then dumped in the back. Pockets have been rifled, so it looks like robbery. The chap who did it's been good enough to leave his fingerprints and blood on the windscreen. Oh, yes, Sergeant, what is it?
We checked the car number, sir, and found that it belongs to a foreigner, sir. Morozov's the name. Rubin Morozov.
Well, I'll be hanged. So that's who it is. Russian Robert himself.
Who's he, Inspector?
A nasty piece of work, Doctor. There's not a country in Europe that hasn't chucked him out. And he's been operating here since just before the war. Stolen jewelry, gaming houses, currency deals.
Sure, it's good riddance, eh?
It is damn good riddance. But unfortunately, it's something else, too.
What's that?
Murder.
Inspector Byrne speaking.
Byrne, good. I want you to stand by for a big roundup, starting tonight. I'll want every available man and woman on the job.
Right. What's the object?
Russian Robert's been shot.
The devil he has.
As I say, it was one of his pals, or maybe more. We've got to find him.
Right. When do I expect you?
After lunch. I've just got one inquiry to make, then we'll get going. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Yes?
This is Mr. Marty Ross's flat.
Well, what about it? He's out. I don't know when he'll be back.
He won't be back, madam. He's dead.
I don't know where he went. I don't know who he was going to meet. I tell you, I don't know.
Try and think again, madam. You told me he was here during the evening.
Yes, that's right. Just, well, sort of here. Not doing anything special. Then he was getting ready to go to bed when the phone rings.
Well, go on. What time was that?
It'd be about 11 o'clock. He didn't say much into the phone. Just yes and no and things like that. Then he hangs up the receiver and comes in with his hat on.
Seemed in a hurry, eh?
Well, yes, he did. He just said, so long, and went out.
Is that all he said? Come now, madam, I want the truth of this. Did he say where he was going?
Well, yes, he did. He just said, I've got to meet some people down by the Edgware Road Underground Station. That's all.
And you wouldn't know who?
No, I wouldn't. Friends, I suppose.
Which friends?
I tell you, I don't know. He has a lot of friends. He has a lot of queer friends.
Madam, you're right, he has. Good day to you.
KGO.
An international criminal, chief of a thriving London black market gang, is dead in his car, shot through the neck. And all the resources of Scotland Yard are mobilized for one of the most all-embracing underworld probes ever conducted. Dozens of detectives, men and women, took on strange roles, posing as currency evaders, speculators in black market liquor, indeed as every type of stooge upon which Russian Robert and his colleagues flourished. They descended upon the night spots, shady hotels, and drinking clubs. Chief Inspector Somerset himself played a leading role.
Well, what about another? Good stuff, eh? The real Mackay, this. Yes, there is never short.
Oh, same again, then?
Two of the special scotch, please, Harry. Here you go, sir.
So you don't think you can help me?
It's not easy, pal. It's not easy. Dollars, they're tight, pal. Tighter than they've ever been.
But our mutual friend told me that...
Well, cheers. Your good health. Yes, he might have told you. And a week ago, he'd have been right. I could have got him. But, now look, I'll tell you something. You read about that fella that got choked the other day? Plugged in his car?
Oh, yes, Pole, wasn't he? Or Russian or something?
Real name was Marty Rossov. Russian Robert, they called him. Well, that's where the dollars would have come from. A week ago. See?
Oh, just my luck. But surely hadn't he a pal or something?
He plenty. Look, I'll tell you something. And maybe it'll help you. Trouble is, I don't know him myself. Not like I knew Robert.
I'd be very grateful.
Harry, 2 more scotches. There's a fella dressed up as a Polish naval officer who was in on dollars with Robert. There's him, and there's another.
Mm-hmm. Go on, this may mean a lot to me.
This other fellow's a Pole, too, but he's a civvy. I met him with Robert once. Name of Marion.
What, do you mean that's his surname?
That's all we ever called him. Marion. Just Marion.
But where can I find these fellows?
Now, that's where you've got me, pal. Might be here. Oh, I haven't seen him since Robert got croaked. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try and find out. See?
Oh, thanks. Well, I'll look in again in a day or two. You always here?
Over to this time.
This much the man from Scotland Yard learned. And then, this.
Please go on, madam. You're being most helpful.
Well, Inspector, if I lay my hands on them...
Yes, I'm sure. I want you to help us do just that.
Well, what happened was this. A man friend and I were in the Pelican Club about 3 weeks ago it was. And there were these 3 at the bar. One was a naval officer, the other just, quite an ordinary-looking fellow, though he spoke with an accent, and the girl. We got into conversation with them.
No, please, you smoke enough mine.
I don't know if I should. Oh, well, thanks.
Will you, madame?
You go on, miss. When my friend is becoming generous, is the time to strike. Look out, he might offer you a drink yet.
And it is his turn, Henry. Oh, look, let me give you a light, if it works.
A woman with a lighter that works. Oh, what wonder.
I'm afraid mine never works. Oh, what a beautiful bag. It is rather a pet, isn't it? I'm terribly filled with it. May I look? Oh, it's lovely, isn't it, Ken?
Yes, certainly is.
I haven't seen anything like that since before the war. American, I suppose. You guessed again. Paris, then? No, not Paris either. It certainly didn't come from this country. Shall I tell her, Marion?
I shall be flattered, my dear.
The genius who made me this bag isn't a yard away.
Great Scott, you don't mean to tell me who made it, sir?
Please, I confess, yes, I make it. I'm glad you approve.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I suppose...
Now then, Linda, now then.
Oh, but darling, it's so lovely. Could you?
Well, I do make them, madame, but I am very busy. So many orders.
But Marion, there's Mrs. Fortescue. You've just finished. Remember, she cancelled the order, and it's exactly like mine.
Oh, yes, that is true, yes.
Well, might as well be hanged for a sheep as a lamb.
Oh, Ken, you darling.
Well, I don't know about that. Well, could you let me handle the bags, and as a matter of interest...
I'm afraid they're not cheap, sir.
I scarce they expected they would be.
The price of the bag is 45 pounds, sir. I would not ask you to pay that now, naturally. But if perhaps you give me a deposit, I'll complete the bag, say in 2 days, and mail it to madame. Then you can pay me the balance if you are satisfied.
Seems fair enough.
Good. Shall we say 25 pounds down, then? And the balance on Thursday, when madame receives the bag?
It's an awful lot, darling.
No nonsense. Our bag's a winner today. Right you are, then. I'm most grateful to you.
Oh, not at all. Then if I could have madame's address, I will see that she has the bag.
And that was the last we heard, Inspector, except I was angry, Inspector, so angry that I went almost mad. I went back to the Pelican, and I bulleted an address out of the barman. I went there, Lansdowne Road, Maida Vale.
Go on, what happened?
I can't tell you. I wanted to get it. It was horrible, horrible. There was a Spaniard who made the bags. They're not men, Inspector. They're monsters, beasts. I ran, and here I am.
Well, perhaps you'll come with me in a police car and point out the house.
Yes, of course, Inspector.
But the house, a 6th-floor boarding establishment, was completely empty. The birds had flown. Chief Inspector Somerset was relentless.
I want a dozen of our women down, and this is what I want them to do. Each takes an area. Each poses as a victim of this damned handbag trick, looking for the tricksters. We may get somewhere in that way. A hint is nothing more.
Woman Detective Shirley Jennings, probing the Maida Vale area, got more than a hint.
There's too much of that sort of thing going on by a long chalk.
Then you do know something.
I won't say I do, and I won't say I don't, but if I was you, I'd ask again 3 doors up.
It was Chief Inspector Somerset, with his murder squad posted at all approaches to the house, who called 3 doors up.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm sure, sir, but that's all the rooms I've got vacant just at the moment.
Oh, pity. I do like to be on an upper floor. Is there no chance of a vacancy upstairs?
No, don't know, sir. Gents comes and gents goes. Spanish gentleman in the 3rd floor front, well, he hasn't been here long. He might go, or he might not.
Spanish gentleman, eh? Well, I wonder. Could I see the room?
No, that I'm afraid you can't, sir. He always locks up when he goes out.
Come on.
Oh, my goodness me, sir, what's going on outside?
What? Where?
Well, them 2 men, sir. What have got hold of that naval gentleman?
Looks as though the police are arresting him.
Why, whatever can the matter be? Oh, my goodness, they put him in that car.
Oh, well.
Oh, there you are, sir.
So you've got him, eh?
Afraid not, sir. This chap's a Polish deserter, but he's not our man.
One Polish deserter's as likely as not to know the next. You, what's your name? Hirokov. What do you know of a man called Marion?
Marion? Marion? Why? I'm not going to meet this man, Marion. Yes, look, I am give this address and told he will be there this evening.
Sergeant, take this man back to the yard and hold him there. You and I will go to meet Marion.
And in a squalid cafe in London's East India Dock Road, the men from Scotland Yard met the man called Marion.
Who you are? I not know you, any of you. This is wicked, wicked.
You come along with us, my lad. You can do all your talking back at the yard.
I protest.
Yes, I've no doubt you do. Come on, get moving.
Neat. A very neat pickup, and one which exceeded even Chief Inspector Somerset's highest expectations. For at Scotland Yard, when Marion Godofsky's possessions were laid out upon the table, and I suppose you now got this, and this, and this.
They were given by a friend.
This cigarette lighter, Grandowski, and this watch and this wallet belong to a man called Matarossa. Russian Robert, I think you called him. And I suppose you've never heard of Henrik Malinowski.
I have heard of him.
Well, I hope you will soon have the pleasure of meeting him.
Inside Matarossov's wallet, Somerset found the name of Malinowski and an address in the North London suburb of Ilford. Malinowski was in civilian clothes, but the uniform of a Polish naval officer was discovered in a wardrobe. In its pockets were a signet ring and other jewelry that had belonged to the murdered Russian Robert. These two charming Polish gentlemen, who had worked so long together, were not exactly loyal when it came to the showdown, and they saw that it was...
All right, Grandowski, my lad. All right, take your time.
After we meet Robert that night, we go to a cafe and discuss things to do. Then we go to the car, and Malinowski is always for wanting to shoot people and robbing them. Malinowski, he said to me, I am going to finish with him. We are pushing the car for to start it, and I tell Malinowski not to be a fool. Then he starting the engine, I sit in front with Robert. Then I hear a shot, and I get like bells in my ears. I get out. Malinowski come after me, and he said, come back or I shoot you. I went back with him and helped to put Robert in the back seat. We went to Malinowski's room and divided the money.
And that's all?
Yes, that is all.
Was that the truth? Or this?
It was I who sat beside Robert. Marion is in the back. I hear a shot and Robert's head falls forward. Marion said, we must camouflage him, and asked me to move Robert. I said I could not do it. Marion pulled down the seat alongside of Robert and dragged him into the back car. When they counted the money, there was about 160 pounds. Marion gave me 80.
Yes, a charming pair of gentlemen, neither of whose statements was enough to save him from the gallows a week or two later. Of course, there were certain matters of fact that made the guilt of at least one of them positive, as Percy Hoskins will tell you.
In the first place, the bloodstained fingerprints on the windscreen of Russian Robert's car were found to be those of Marion Grandowski. In the second place, a .32 automatic pistol picked up at his address proved to be the one that fired the fatal bullet. Oh, and there was another thing. Something else was found among Grandowski's effects.
I thought this might be of some interest to you.
Ah, self-propelling pencil, eh? Aha, and minus a top. Sergeant, have you the exhibits in the taxi driver murder?
Here, sir. This is the pencil top we found.
A perfect fit. And look, the little fracture in the groove settles it. Well, Sergeant, I think we can stop work on that case. Pity we can't hang the same scoundrel twice.
We can hang two of them once, sir, and they've got a potential third out of our way.
Yes, when thieves fall out. You know, I often wonder what makes men take such chances. Of these three rascals, two had proved themselves damned soldiers. The third, Russian Robert, was a crook through and through and always had been. There's an irony about the whole case, isn't there?
Yes, indeed, Clive. And perhaps the most significant thing of all is that it took the anger of a woman who had been cheated to round the matter off.
And that brings us to the end of the Black Market Murders, or the case of Russian Robert. Well, that's...